Jedi News Interview. Mark Newbold interviews Warwick Davis. Your book, Size Matters Not, it's about to be released in paperback, and it's a fascinating read. It's packed with insights into show business that many people simply won't have heard of or wouldn't be aware of. Of the many things that have happened to you in your career, what one event stands out as the big wow moment for you?
Big wow moments for me, Return of the Jedi, my first film, being 11 years old. It was just the most amazing experience. Willow, first role for me where I wasn't hidden behind some sort of creature suit, working with Ron Howard. Again, a great adventure, quite literally. Nearly said Leprechaun then, but I'm not sure at this point. I might go back to that. Harry Potter, certainly, now looking back over the last 10 years and 8 movies, very proud to have been part of all of that. And I suppose Life's Too Short as well, my new BBC series with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. It's just finished, but who knows what the world will think. But I'm very proud of my work in that, certainly, and the show as a whole.
You've embarked on a new series, as you've mentioned, called Life's Too Short with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. When you received the call from Ricky to discuss the show, what were your initial thoughts?
Wow, this guy wants to work with me. I mean, he's a legend as far as comedy goes. Him and Stephen, the best writer-directors in the world, and multi-award winning. So, if those guys want to work with you, you hardly have to think about it. And I've always wanted to do comedy anyway. It's something that I never really had the opportunity to do. So that ticked that box, and certainly not having to sit through hours of prosthetic makeup every day. I go to set and I go into makeup. It takes 5 minutes. I come out. I put regular clothes on, a nice suit, some jeans and a t-shirt, and I'm ready to shoot. I mean, that's amazing. Did a shot the other day, and I was in pyjamas. That's the most comfortable I've ever been on a film set.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is on the verge of being released, and you've been a part of the Potterverse since 2000. What are your feelings on the final episode of one of cinema's great series?
I love the final film. I think it's really great. It's better because there's lots more of me in it. And finally I had the chance to kind of show a performance in this film. I mean, prior to this, I've been in all of them, obviously, as various different characters, but have never really had a great amount of bearing on the plot or involvement with the characters, the heroes. But in this last film, Griphook is a very important part in the plot and the story, and so I've really enjoyed being part of all of that. And the challenge of playing two different characters and making sure they were different enough that people aren't straight away going, well, that's the same guy. I had to tip my hat to Nick Dunman, who's the makeup supervisor, and my makeup team, because I see Griphook and Flitwick as being very much a team effort. Their skills and my skills as a performer come together to create the characters that you see on the screen.
Your physical attributes, they've allowed you to play a range of roles that you may otherwise not have had the opportunity to explore if you were taller. Having never known any other way of life, do you think you would have enjoyed your acting career more if you were of, inverted commas, average height? Or do you enjoy the roles that you've been able to audition for and make your own?
Yeah, I've never really thought about that. I mean, I suppose, if I'd been taller, I may get the opportunity to play a wider range of characters. But then again, no, if I look back, I've had an amazing career so far. And yes, the majority of characters have been in the sci-fi fantasy genre, but then again, they're probably the most fun to play, to be able to immerse yourself in a different world, to be able to, be in space or be on an alien planet, and being able to wear these makeups that completely transform your appearance. I mean, it's hugely interesting. It's quite difficult and challenging, but at the same time, it's really interesting work. So I wouldn't have it any other way. I think I've been afforded, the opportunity to play the most interesting range of characters, and as I said before, playing in Life's Too Short now, that's allowing me to be, Warwick Davis instead of a creature. So I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds.